Welcome to this video on setting up your Totara mobile app. The mobile app is enabled and configured via your desktop site. First, you need to enable the mobile app, which is done via the Plugins page. On the left here, you'll see the Mobile submenu. I'll go to Mobile Settings first. The app is disabled by default, so I'll check this box to enable it. My next task is to decide how users will log into my app. You have three options here. In a native experience, users log in within the app itself. They simply enter the URL of the Totara site and enter their username and password. If your site has additional authentication actions, for example, if you want to allow users to create an account at this point, you might choose Web View. In this option, on entering the site URL in the app, the user will be asked to log in via a browser window displayed within the app. Finally, you have the option to send users to their mobile browser to complete login. This option is appropriate if you have a complex authentication process. Here, the user is directed to their mobile browser to log in, and then given the option to return to the app once they've done so. Whichever authentication process you choose, it's a good idea to test the experience to check it works as you expect. In my case, I'll select Native. You can also decide how long a user can stay logged into the app on their mobile device by setting a timeout period. So I've enabled my app and decided how users can log into it. But I also want the app to share my brand, so I'll go to my mobile theme options. Here I can upload my company logo, set the primary colour for the app, which appears on buttons and elements of the user interface, and select an appropriate text colour. Note that this decides the colour of the text that appears over your primary colour on buttons, so think about which option gives you the best contrast. I'll save my changes to apply my theme to the app. My final task is to decide which learning will be available to learners on the app. Courses, programs and certifications can all be made available via your app. But you don't have to make all learning available, you can decide on a course-by-course basis. You may find you have some courses which aren't appropriate for mobile learning, in which case you can prevent users from accessing them on the app and instead direct them to the browser. All items in the user's current learning, including courses, programs and certifications, will be shown in the app's current learning view. But courses which you have not marked as compatible with the app will be opened in the browser window instead. I'll choose a course I know I want to include on my mobile app. I'll go to Edit Settings, and here I can make the course available on the app using the Course Compatible in-App drop-down. When you know a course will be shown in the app, you'll also want to make sure your text content has been optimised for mobile viewing. Totara has two text editors which may be in use on your site. If you use the Weka editor, your content is guaranteed to be mobile compatible. If you use the Atto editor, you can still ensure mobile compatibility by navigating to the text editor, for example this label, and selecting mobile-friendly format from this drop-down. Be aware that some more complex formatting and images may be lost when you make this change. When you save the text, you will see how your change will look. You can then decide to save again or cancel to revert your changes. Be aware that if you choose to save and make this change, you cannot later revert back. This is a permanent change. So that's enabling a mobile app for your Totara site, deciding how users can log in, the branding used on your app, and making learning content available through the app. Are you ready to get started with your own app?